Most people, when they come up here the first time, tend to get a little lost, which is sometimes a problem because your cell phone won't work up here. We're basically surrounded by the forest. To the south, you have Mount Hood, and to our north, Mount St. Helens. One of the good things, it makes it easy for us not to have to really chase people if they decide to run away.
How you doing, boss?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself, man? My name is J.C. Miller. I'm the Correctional Program Manager here at Larch Correctional Center. I've been here for about coming up on 2 years. And I'm in charge of all of the programs that we have here, including the CAT program.
Hey, Mr. Miller, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Good to see you. I mean, if you're in the CAT program, the cats can bring you a lot of joy. And that's beautiful because you see everybody just happier people. We partner with the Humane Society. Their part in this is they come up and they teach the guys exactly how to train the cats. And if we can get these cats trained, we can get them out there to somebody that wants a cat for adoption. It's just a win-win all the way around.
When I look at these cats, I know exactly how they feel. They come in and they're sick and they're scared. These cats were running the streets, starving, and just think of the trauma they went through, trying to just fend for itself, catch whatever it can and eat. When I got arrested last time, I was addicted to methamphetamines and I weighed 160 pounds. I'm 205 now. I know what it's like. You know, you come in, you're dingy, you're dirty, you're run down. I was an addict, and that's what addiction does, is beat you down. My name's Craig Bigler. I'm 50 years old. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm a cat handler. I'm in the cat adoption program. I've done around 14 years in prison, most of it for auto theft. I've been to Monroe 3 times, Cedar Creek twice, I've been here twice, and I've been to Olympic Correction Center. I ran around with a group of people, and that's all we did was drugs and steal to support our drugs. Before I came here, I was not into animals at all. I never had any cats, no dogs, nothing. This cat is so cool and has such a good aura. His name's Galileo. When he got here, he was 9 pounds, 5 ounces, and he had a respiratory infection. He was in bad shape. I basically had him sitting on my lap, hand feeding him, holding the water dish, getting him to drink. He'd just sleep 23.5 hours a day. He's been here for 2.5 weeks, and now he's out of his shell. He's a great animal, super friendly. I can hand feed him. He doesn't bite or nothing like that. Right here. Come on. There you go. Cats are pretty cool animals, and they just want affection, you know, and they want someone to hang out and spend time with them. They're predatory, so you got to stimulate them, so you got to play with them, because that's what they're used to, and that's what makes a cat happy, and a happy cat is a healthy cat.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
This is Belle, and she's a 6-month-old. 4-pound stray that came in 11 days ago from the city of Vancouver. She's real shy, so she's got some issues with that, but we're socializing her with slow introductions, small petting sessions. I know. You're such a good girl, though. My name's David Hannigan. I'm a cat handler at Larch Correctional Center. I'm in here for burglary too and trafficking stolen property in the 2nd degree. I've been in here for 29 months, and I still got a year and 3 months to go. I don't really love anyone that I can't respect, and I don't really trust anyone I can't love. I mean, it all kind of goes together. And so when the cats first get here, the first 48 hours, I like to do hands off and just let the cat get comfortable, get situated. Originally, I started desensitizing her by using one of these feather toys, and I'd reach under there and go, "Hi, girl," and I'd pet her with the feather toy to see how she would react. That's a good girl. And then I'll be daring enough to stick my hand down there and kind of give her a couple pets, and you slowly introduce yourself. You're such a good girl. It's really my mission to make that cat comfortable and to trust me and then to love me eventually. And some cats are quick, sometimes some cats are slow, but as long as I'm not getting stitches in the process, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to do that.
If we can get them to care about something, maybe by the time they get out, they realize exactly what they've put other people through. It's therapeutic in a way where we get them to think about things that they never thought about before. The real mission is to get them to be more empathetic to people. And most of them have never cared about nothing but themselves for the most part their entire life. The cats that we have here do have a special power, I guess you could say.
This is Tiara. She comes from Northwest Humane Society, and hopefully this Thursday, she's going to get adopted.
I've gone through so many cats that, it's kind of hard not to get attached to them, but it's for their own good.
We all fall in love with cats, but we also got to remember that when it comes time for them to go, we have to let them go. We don't have a choice.
Here at Larch Correctional Center, we have paperwork we have to do every day for the cats. When I wake up, the first thing I do is I grab his folder. It belongs to the Humane Society, and I write down his daily activities. Week 1, day 1, March 23rd. Describe cat's behavior: shy and fearful. He is hiding under the bed, his head is down, and he looks depressed.
Here we are, 416, week 2, day 5. Describe the cat's behavior. Belle was somewhat fearful this morning, but came around after some petting. Seems to be right on track.
Week 2, day 2. Describe cat's behavior. Shy, comes out at night, not scared. Any improvements?
Yes, there was less hissing. Any setbacks? None that I've noticed.
In the middle of the night, he started to cry, so I grabbed him and put him on the bed with me, and he relaxed.
Morning time, they are allowed to be held. Concern? No.
Week 2, day 4, I lost where I was at.
The cat's behavior is still under the bed, but she's eating.
Hey, sweetie. Hi, Belle.
I know.
I think he is on the uphill, but I'm just worried about his stinky urine. I think he was dehydrated.
The cat came out with the lights on to poop. That's a plus. Describe activities. I'm hugging, petting, and brushing.
Talking, petting, and playing, watching TV with his new favorite homeboy.
It's a shame we can't really communicate with cats the same way that we communicate with people. I'd like to think that that I could speak to a cat through my heart, really, to let that cat know that I'm stuck here too. We're gonna get through this together. It's gonna be okay. Before I came in here, I was living paycheck to paycheck, drinking, smoking a lot of weed, and doing a lot of meth. I've been divorced since 2011, and not having responsibility to take care of my kids or anything like that has really led me down a rough road. When I came here, I thought that being here would strengthen my relationships with a lot of people, my kids, and all that kind of stuff. And sad to say, everybody's busy out there, too busy to write. Yeah, it's not exactly what I expected.
There's times when it's just raining and you're stuck in your room and there's nothing on the TV and it's just depressing and you're just thinking about where the last 20 years of my life have gone, or most of my friends are dead now. I've tried not to really get attached to the animals, because I know that it's not my animal, it belongs to the Humane Society. But once in a while you get a cat that, you kind of connect with, and you wake up and it's asleep purring beside you, and it's kind of being in an environment like this is just kind of cool.
Cats are very loving creatures, and I don't want to say that they're manipulative necessarily, but they are. You start petting her or something like that, and as soon as you pull your hand away, she puts her paw on it, and she wants more. I don't resist. I fall right in. I fall right in line. In a place like this, you don't have much of an opportunity to share your emotions with people without being thought of as a punk or soft or weak. And I would say that having this cat in my life, having an animal that I can love on or whatever, share myself with, has been beneficial to me emotionally and mentally. To be honest with you, I'm grateful I came here and got me out of the mess that I was surrounded in. I really opened my mind and heart up beyond anything that could have ever happened to me out there. I mean, the level of maturity that I've achieved just being in here and being able to focus on myself, it really give you a chance to step back and look at the bigger picture, Where am I going with my life? And what do I want out of this? Now I've got a whole different aspect on what I really want to do and how I want to use my time.
Is there anything that you could bring in from outside, like maybe a pine cone? Yeah.
My cat really appreciates the smell of my socks and shoes. They do. I'm serious.
People are so quick to say, lock them up, lock them up. For every time that we lock people up, it costs the taxpayer anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 a year. And that adds up. What we want to be able to do is get these people out, give them some hope, build them up so they can have confidence to get out, go after what they want the right way, and then stay out.
She likes you already.
With the CAT program, they realize that they're worth something, because to have something or somebody need you is huge. That makes them excited. It makes me excited, realizing that we just saved their life.
I was sent here by the state of Washington for 6 years, but because of good time, I'm only serving 43 months of that sentence. Now I've got a chance to really rebuild, to put everything on the table and take it apart and look at it and then re-put it back together and say, okay, this is how I'm going to be. This is what I want,
You think it'd be great to not have responsibility because you can do what you want, when you want. But if you don't have good self-esteem or moral fiber or goals, it's a disaster. I go home in 71 days. 50 years old, 5 times in prison. I can't do a 6th time. I won't. I'm not coming back to this prison ever again. If I didn't have this program, I probably wouldn't have the positive mindset that I have. Thinking about how precious life is and how short life is, and how you can go from so toxic to so healthy so fast. So I absolutely think he's got some power over me. I need to change some things about me, and I need to do some thinking about me. Right now, I'm trying to adopt Galileo, and I just think it'd be cool to take him home, Walk through the door and he comes around across the living room, meowing at you, greeting you. Some of it's probably I could use the responsibility. because if you don't have no one to answer to or no responsibility, I go and do my own thing or get bored or go hang out with my old friends and get in trouble. You know, maybe if I got something positive, a cat I got to come home from work and feed every day, I'll stay home a little often. When you sit in your room with your cat, it makes you happy. You know what I mean? It brings a little joy to your heart. Good kitty.
Bigler, 985100. Bigler, 985100, property.
I've been in the cat program for 18 months. I stayed out of trouble. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I was diligent about working the program. And for once in my life, I asked for something instead of taking it, and they said yes. Now he's 15 pounds. You know, he's a huge cat, and he's really healthy. I think he's just a benefit of doing the right thing, you know what I mean? I'm going home. I think it's just, if I don't do it now, they might as well lock me up and throw away the key.
Are you taking your fan with you?
Yeah, I'll take it, summertime. My family's doing the tough love thing on me. You know, no one's really trying to talk to me or anything right now till I get out and prove myself, and I get it, and I deserve it.
Okay. And then you can get your cat ready,
Yeah.
and then it'll be all ready.
And I've done more prison time than a murderer, you know what I mean? And I'm just tired of it.
I'm very proud of him. I know the journey that he has been on. I mean, a lot of times people don't realize that it brings us some joy as well. So now it's got a double thing. The cat's got a permanent home. He's getting released. So it lets us know that we've done our job. Outside, the cat will be right by his side all the time. If something goes up, the cat will make him think about the consequences. Plus, I think he really cares about his animal.
He does not know what to think, does he?
I know he's matured here. I know that he's learned a lot here. And I'm hoping that he'll take that forward. And I think the cat stabilizes him. And I put a lot of faith in it.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
Love you.
Yeah. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yep. You okay? You're not supposed to cry, Mom. All right. Mom, this is our new animal.
Hi, baby. Aww. It's gonna be good having him home.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the cat. He's a beautiful cat.
I mean, I have been doing this for 25 years, and I've watched people come in, come out, and then before I even moved to my next duty assignment, they were back in. Don't see that as much with people when they have something to care about. Most of the time, if we can get people to stay out through their first year, then the chances of them not coming back increases, dramatically. To love you unconditionally, that's what our cats do. Plus, he has family support. So all of that, I think his chances are going to be pretty good to stay out. He knows in his mind that if something happens to him, nobody's going to take care of his cat the way he will. So that's a wonderful thing that we have going on here.